Good evening. I'd like to check my audience first. So who's actually heard of PrimaryBid? Oh, good, a few hands. Anyone actually signed up on the website or downloaded the app? No one admitting to that bit. Okay, well, that's good. I now know where I am. Okay. Well, that's why I'm here. So 3 things I want to talk to you about. Firstly is I'm going to give you some good reasons to sign up. This is how equity fundraising typically happens right now. The issuer talks to their broker, the broker talks to institutions, they get a discounted price for some money being raised, and unfortunately, you guys don't get a look in and typically don't get involved in these transactions. With PrimaryBid, it's different. We engage with the brokers and with the companies, and we participate in these placings and offers on your behalf. You sign up on our website, you pay the money to us, and then we pay it on to the company. And the best thing about it is you get the same price as institutions when an offer is taking place, and we don't charge you any commission. So it's a real, if nothing else, that's the first reason, is it's free, it's free, it's free. I'll repeat that 3 times. Okay. So I'm sure people in the room, you own stock in a company that's done a placing or an offer, and you've woken up and you've seen the RNS and you've been diluted and you haven't been able to take part, and you probably feel a bit aggrieved about that. Well, this is the solution to that problem. Working with PrimaryBid is great for everybody. It's great for the company because we hopefully will raise more money for them. It's great for the broker because we can help do their job for them, and they get paid as well because we take a commission from the transactions. That's why we charge no fee to investors, and that's how we make our money. And as I say, it's all about the same price, getting that same deal that the institutions are getting, which is typically a discount. So here's what we've done in the last 6 months. Our largest deal was Sound Energy last November. They went out looking for 24 million. It was an underwritten offer for 24 million. Put it on our website as well. Sound, they've got a very, very strong retail following, and they wanted to make sure that those retail shareholders could take part in the offer. And in the end, we raised 27 million for them. A week later, in fact, a day later, the mobile streams broker rang up and said, what a great idea. Can we do it too? We're raising money next week. And so a week later, we raised 2.2 million for mobile streams. They were looking for 1.6 million, and we raised it up to 2.2 million. And we've done various other offers since then. What's interesting is Ascent Resources, a little bit special because they've raised money with us 4 times now in the last couple of years. They like the service so much. But they rang up on a Thursday morning and said, want to raise some money this weekend. Can we get it up that fast? And the offer went live at 5 o'clock on the Friday, closed on the Sunday, was announced on the Monday morning. So compared to a typical open offer from a company, it's far, far faster. And from a company's point of view, it's far, far cheaper. And what's also interesting is Visarion, Premier, and LGO, every one of these offers, we had to take them down early because the demand was so strong. Visarion actually went down 24 hours early because they could only take a maximum of 1.5 million. They were looking for 1 million, and it went so quickly, by Saturday evening, we took it down. On average, 33% oversubscribed. On average, 21% discount to market. Now, that's out of our control. That's the company choosing what price they want to offer the shares at. But on average, it's got a decent discount. And the minimum investment on PrimaryBid is £1,000, and the maximum usually is set by the company. The largest maximum we have is 100,000. In fact, we had one investor who did £98,000 on their debit card. I'd like to have his bank account. We've got investors all over the country, so as far north as Stornoway in Scotland, as far south as the Channel Islands, and as you can see, everywhere. So there's lots of people out there, just like you, who have heard about the service and have signed up. We're winning awards. We won an award end of last year from Oliver Wyman, big strategy consultants in London, and they thought that our innovative use of technology and the platform was great, so they gave us an award. And then this year, ADVFN, sorry to mention a competitor to shares, they awarded us Best Newcomer. So, hopefully I've given you some good reasons why you should sign up, because it's free. Did I mention that? No obligation. You can go on the website and sign up. You can download the app, totally free. Secondly, though, I want you to then spread the word. I want you to tell other people about our service. And this is important because any idea how many placings and offers happened on AIM last year? It's over 500. Now, in last year, we've done 20 transactions, so we've got a long way to go. We're a start, so a lot of headroom. But the bigger our investor base, the more busy our site is, the more attractive we are to companies to bring the offers to us, because the company or the broker has to choose to work with us. Some companies are very forward-thinking and like giving the smaller investor the opportunity to take part, some less so. So the bigger the audience, we want to really attract those companies to come to us. We did some research recently, just some nice words that people said about us: efficient, unique, useful, reliable, good value for money, which was great. And when you get the deck, you can read some nice quotes, both from companies that have used us, from investment banks that have invested in us, and from some retail investors who have actually used the service. I mentioned Visarion that oversubscribed in 24 hours. I'll leave you to read these in more detail. There's just some more stats about each one: Premier African Minerals and LGO Energy. So we're an execution-only platform. So you don't hold the shares with us. You basically transact with us. You have to do it with a debit card. And then when the offer closes and we get the shares from the company, we'll transfer it to your usual broker, be that Barclays or Hargreaves Lansdown or wherever you use. So the shares go to you afterwards. So the third thing I want you to do is obviously subscribe. Now, you won't like every offer that we present to you, but if you sign up for free, we'll tell you about every offer that we do. If you're a website user, we'll send you an email. If you're an app user, we'll send you a push notification to your phone so you don't tend to miss out. Some of the offers have happened during the day. They've gone out at 7 in the morning and lasted all day. Quite a few of them now, the companies like to do it over the weekend. So it goes out Friday evening after the market's closed, no later than 6:30, because the last time you can announce anything to the city. And then it'll run till Sunday over the weekend. So we've done 4 offers this year, did 3 in March. We've got a nice pipeline of offers coming up. And so sign up, hopefully, and you can take part. So sign up, share, and hopefully subscribe. And I'll take some questions. Yes, at the back.
Sorry, I've got just a microphone here. Hello, I was one of the guys that was interested in taking up your sound offer last year.
Yes.
But I had capital in a SIP and I had capital in an ISA. How do I can understand you can transfer in after the event, but if the capital's already in those accounts, how can I transact with your website directly via SIP or an ISA? So
that's a good question, and the answer is not easy. So there's 2 different things. You can't do it directly on our website from an ISA or a SIP because we don't offer those products. So you have to do it on our website with a debit card. When the shares get to your trading accounts, you can then, like for an ISA, you can do what's called a bet an ISA and move it into the ISA. But there is a tax implication of doing that, so it's not ideal. What we've started to do is to work more closely with brokers. So we've started with Jarvis, who we work very closely anyway. They're our payment provider. They run 2 sites, Schedule Active and XO. And when we run an offer, they are now starting to replicate those offers on their website. And so if you've got an account with them, you can do it with the funds from within that account. We're now broadening that out to other brokers. We've got another one who hopefully will go live the next offer, or maybe the one after that. And we're talking to all the major providers. So our goal is that wherever you've got your SIP and your ISA, you should be able to participate with the funds in that account. But we're not there yet, and it's a slow process building those arrangements. Okay. On this side, Ron?
Are you managing the whole placing or a part of the placing? Or are other institutions taking part as well as yourselves in here?
It varies by placing. So the company has come direct to us, and we work with the company direct on their Nomad, and we've organised both the institutional side and the small investor side. More typically, we're working directly with the company's broker, so it's the broker who comes to us, and they're doing, so LGO Energy, which I mentioned before, they had an institutional placing that they'd already closed of 2.2 million, and they opened up an extra 300,000 to go to retail investors, and that went on our website. So it can be a bit of both. Okay.
Is there any vetting of companies here? I don't know if I'm allowed to throw the name out of CTAG, but you know, if CloudTag had come to you for placing, would you have put it out to people?
So there's a sanity check, of course. So we've chosen to work with AIM-listed companies. So unlike people like Seeders and Crowdcube who are working with unlisted companies, they do a lot of vetting. I heard from one of the crowd funding sites, they turn down 70% of companies who want to go on the platform. We don't do that level of vetting, but obviously we take a sanity check, and someone like CloudTag, which has had a interesting history, shall we say, then we would do a sanity check about whether we want to put that out to our investors. We've only turned down one deal so far for a variety of reasons, and it wasn't CloudTag.
Was it?
I'm not going to tell you. Any more questions down the back?
Yes, do you only do the purchase front end side, or do you plan or already do the sales side as well?
So I'm not quite sure.
If you want to sell the shares subsequently?
No, we're execution only. So once we get the shares from the company, we want to transfer them out to your normal broker. And then once you've got them, you can then do what you want with them so you can sell. There's no lock-in. Not via us, no. It may be something we'll do an arrangement with in the future, but not at the moment. Down the back?
Okay. Just one quick question about the transferring of shares once you do the execution. Does it depend on which brokers you're dealing with? Do you know roughly how long it takes? Because I know sometimes
it's a great question because it does vary. So the fastest are the Jarvis platforms because we manage all our cash and shares through Jarvis. So if you're on XO Shuttle Active, when we get the shares and we do settle, it's the same day in your account. Everybody else depends on their broker, and they all have their own different rules. There's one particular one I won't mention who says you have to fill out a form. You have to download the form from the website, fill it in by hand, send it in by post. You can't email it in. It goes off to their Indian call center to be processed, and they claim 6 to 8 weeks processing time. Now, we know it's actually happened faster than that, sort of 5 to 10 days. But unfortunately, it's out of our hands. The average for most of the brokers, we claim 3 to 4 days.
Right.
So transaction closes, let's say on a Sunday, it gets announced on the Monday. We settle T+5, so the following Monday, that's when we start the settlement process. If you've got a Jarvis account, it's there that day. If you're in Barclays or Hargreaves or any other of the bigger brokers, it'll be later that week. Right. And then you can sell the shares or keep them obviously in your own account.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Any other questions? I'm staying around for the evening, so if you've got more questions, you want to come and have a chat with me later on, please do. Great.
Thank you very much.
Thanks very much.
Appreciate that.
Thanks.